Songs ride the beat of the drum, like wind from the singers' hearts, filling the air, but taking no space. Rhythm and intent become movement, but time is flexed and molded and disappears, a mere artifice compared to the eternal rise and fall, ebb and flow, spiraling emergence of spirit in matter. Distractions of ordinary life are sublimated in ceremony, bringing to the fore a greater consciousness of place and function in the world.
Recently, like back when my aunt was a child, and that drum beat almost stopped. That's when.
Can you just?
No, I'm talking about 30, 40 years ago.
34.
Yeah, they took away our language, our culture, and we weren't talking about the beat on the drum. We're talking about our way of life. They say when that drum beat stops, our race will be extinct. And the drum beat became very faint back then, and maybe there were just a few keeping that drum beat going. But now it's becoming stronger and stronger, and we're getting our culture back. So we can't afford to let it stop. We have to teach our children. We've got to keep the drum beat going, otherwise we will be extinct like the dinosaur. And we can't let that happen. We will be assimilated into the white race if we don't. So very important that our drum continues on. And that's literally speaking, not just talking about a drum, hitting on a drum, we're talking about an entire way of life. That's what we have to do. So it's good that our people, some of our people are continuing on with the legends and the way of life. And they're struggling to regain what little culture we have left. Because without the language, there is no culture.
Amongst the Ojibwe people, it's my understanding that there have been pockets of people who have always kept the traditions alive, the oral traditions that have been handed down, the stories that have been handed down, and continually kept that going. Plus the language has been kept alive. And so now today in the school systems, there are schools that are teaching the language, and the children are learning it as a second. In some cases, it's still first language within their families. And so these traditions are continually handed down and being kept alive.
Nindede, Ojibwe Nini Adash, Nikomas, Ojibwe Kwe. I thought this group spoke American. Oh, that you don't speak that kind of American, do you?
We speak English.
Good morning. You speak English. It's a different language spoken here, isn't it? Ojibwe is the proper pronunciation of the word. Chippewa was kind of mispronounced by the government, and that's how it's officially recognized. But Ojibwe comes from the name of the moccasins. It means to roast until puckered. Kind of a funny name, huh? My dad came from a reservation in northern Wisconsin, and that reservation was called La Coudray, and that means Lake of the Short Ears, and that's what it means in French. But the native people called it Udabasa Saitaiganing, which means the place where they found the dead Ottawa on the ice. Now I am just beginning to learn how to speak the language that I'm speaking. It's Algonquin is the name of the language, and most of the native people in the northeast of the United States region and somewhat up into the Canada region spoke the Algonquin tongue. How many have heard of a tribe out west called Sioux? How many heard that? Oh, quite a few of you. Well, the Sioux speak a different language, and it's as different from Algonquin as English is from Chinese. Very, very different language. And is the deer Wawashkeshi.
Wawashkeshi.
Very good. Wawashkeshi is the deer. All right, then there are also, let's see, how many of you have an animal at home with 4 legs? How many have an animal at home with a tail that wags? What is that? A dog. Oh, the Algonquin about the dog, they call that anamush. Very good, very good. One time we were at one of the powwows and we were doing doing this for a group just like you. And I had some of the kids look around and listen. Listen carefully. What do you hear?
Birds.
Birds. I wonder if there's a blackbird out there. The blackbird is a siganak.
Siganak.
And then somebody said, oh, look, there goes a rabbit. That's waboose.
Waboose.
Very good. You'll be speaking fluently by the end of the day.
Nabido ke inua wudi ai nondoshin noshnongam we minanan yo kagi gitu. Angwamasan wudi ai and kegin wudi Jemanado ka minig AI wudi a king ni which I told him to accept my message. Agagigadum. That's what it was. This is what I'm talking about. Government school, boarding school. I was punished for speaking my language. My language is just coming back to me now. There's words sometimes that I have a hard time, I have to think a while before I can say them. But my language is coming back, and I teach Indian language up from where I am now. I'm on the Elders Resource Council. There's 3 of us that sit on that board, and we teach the Indian language, and we think that's the way we have to go, because we have so much, like the kids are getting into trouble, they're doing things that they shouldn't be doing, but it seems like they're looking for, what would you say, where they came from. They want to know. And everybody keeps knocking them down, telling them they're no good or they're, but if they have something that they can say, no, I'm proud to be an Indian. I know my language, I know how to dance, I know my culture. Maybe there's few that are starting to, we have a home for boys there on the reservation. They come from all over different places, and that's what they're teaching their culture, teaching them their religion. There is no religion, it's a way of life, we call it. In Indian, Bimadazuin, the way they come, life.
My name is Valerie Ross. My Indian name is Blue Eagle Woman. I'm a Crane warrior, and I'm from the Fish Clan. I just recently got placed, as far as on the Red Road is what we call it. I've known I was Indian for all my life, but I was always told it wasn't very much and it wasn't significant. And a couple months ago, a friend of mine who has, been following the Red Road for a little bit longer than I, invited me to go to a sweat lodge with her up north, and things just kind of started rolling for me. I received a lot from doing this way of life. I've learned a lot, but yet I don't know nothing. First powwow, and I'm really excited about learning a lot about my Native American heritage. I'm Seminole, which is from Florida, and I hope to someday go to a Seminole reservation and spend some time to learn the songs and the native tongue, and to find out if they have any of the ceremonies left. From what I hear, they don't. And so I partake in the tribes around here. Those who have a heritage, try to find out, learn as much as you can about it, and don't lose it. Because it's hard to get back to it. It's hard to, track down to be in touch with it.